It's a great day at Riverside Central. Thank you for tuning in to another Mirth Films broadcast. I'm Brett Porter. On the horn, Eric Picar, our producer, and the sixth man, Dylan McKenzie, our camera operator. Saratoga Racers taking on the visiting Vermont Coyotes out of Central VT. Racers playing with probably the smallest roster I have seen so far in a home game. As the Vermont Coyotes, who have lost both of their games against Saratoga thus far, do have a secret weapon this time. Number 55, Scott Lampro, playing his first game against Saratoga, who assistant coach Tim Hepp described as a weapon. Saratoga Racers so far got number 0, Juan Malone starting. Number 7, Tyler Mitchell, with his sweet pink bandana at it once again. Isaiah Grandison back in the saddle. Tyjon Gilmore making his appearance again. Tyjon Gilmore played a lot more with the Racers last year. Glad he's getting a little bit more meaningful game time. John Riles III, who has, as you could see by the bandaging on his right wrist, dealing with a little bit of a lingering injury from a couple weeks back. But no matter. Racers, Coyotes, tip-off starting in just a few seconds. Isaiah Grandison and number 23, Dylan Hunter, for the tip-off. And Grandison gets the tip there. Going right into the hands of Lampro, though. Lampo driving up, and number 10, Jackson McCoy, does not compute with that. As Riles on the recovery, dishing off to Grandison. Grandison tipped off, but falls in the hands of Rosa. Back to Grandison. Grandison flipping up to John Riles, and John Riles gets the first points of the game. Racers draw first blood. It's Corvo now dishing off to Lampro. By the way, they're going to call John Riles on that. As Lampro going for 3. That 3's up, and that's good. Scott Lampro getting the first points on the board for the Coyotes. And RJ Rosa responding with a 3 of his own. No good. Brandon Corvo on the rebound. Corvo dishing off to Dylan Hunter. And that's going to be on Anthony Mitchell. Tyler Mitchell, excuse me. Both Mitchell brothers not here today, just number 7, Tyler Mitchell. Lampro inbounding it to McCoy. Back to Lampro. To Hunter in the middle, and Malachi Howard giving it back to Lampro. Quick passing rotation here going on by the Coyotes. And that's going to go deep, deep, deep. Back. Out of bounds. It's going to be Racers' ball. So, John Riles dishing it off to RJ Rosa. Back to Riles to Grandison in the middle. Grandison flips it up. No good. Tries to catch his own rebound. No good. Juan Malone trying to come down with it, but Tyler Mitchell giving it off back to Malone. And the Racers are going to get an over and back foul. The pass was a little too high, a little too up, a little too far away. So Dylan Hunter giving it off to Scott Lampro. To Malachi Howard in the middle. As Jackson McCoy back to Lampro. Lampro, that 3 is no good off the back of the iron into the hands of RJ Rosa. Rosa giving it to John Riles. It looks like they're going to call number 55 Scott Lampro on that. R.J. Riles' first shot up and good. Riles' second shot up and good. Racers reclaim the lead. It's Lampro finding Corvo. No! Isaiah Grandison gets a fingertip on it. It's going to go out of bounds. Get the fans involved early, they say. And now Scott Lampro. Scott Lampro calling a play. Giving it off to McCoy. Back to Lampro. Malachi Howard going for 3, and it's going to go off the top of the glass into the hands of Jawan Malone. Malone giving off to Grandison. Back to R.J. Rosa. And they're going to call Rosa on the travel there. Got to pivot them feet, man. So Lampro inbounding it to Hunter. Back to Lampro. Looked like that pass was going to go out of bounds, but it doesn't. And now Brandon Corvo dishing that off to number 23. Dylan Hunter, no good. So John Riles finding Malone. Malone, that three-pointer up and no good. Hunter on the rebound. And Dylan Hunter's going to get called on travel there. Racers and Coyotes is going to be trade travels as Isaiah Grandison gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell to Riles. Riles finding Juwan Malone up and at him and open, and he's going to flip that up. No good. Jackson McCoy on the recovery. McCoy to Howard. Howard to Hunter. McCoy up in the middle. Tries to flip one in. No good. Isaiah Grandison on the board there. Grandison giving it off to John Riles III. Back to Grandison. Flips it through, nutmegs him. And R.J. Rosa finishing the play. 6-3 with 8 minutes and 38 to go in the first. Huge pass from Lampro right into the breadbasket of Corvo. He's going to shuffle that off to Hunter, who gives off to Malachi Howard in the middle. No good. Isaiah Grandison on the rebound. So John Riles flipping it off to Malone. To Rosa to Riles again. And looks like they're going to call Vermont on that. It's going to be on Malachi Howard. And John Riles is going to get 2 shots on the line. Tobias Holmes, a late addition to the game. Sitting at the substitution bench, waiting. Tyler Mitchell going to take a breather as Tobias Holmes taking his place. Riles' second shot up. Second one's good, too. So Hunter giving that one off to Lampro. Lampro all the way other side of the court to Corvo. Finding Malachi Howard. And that's going to go off out of bounds off the fingertips of R.J. Rosa. It's Dylan Hunter giving that off to Lampro. Hunter looks like he has a lane shooting from just beyond the paint. No good. Isaiah Grandison on the recovery. And Juwan Malone. Coyotes got a little too handsy there. It's going to be Racers ball. We'll call that on Dylan Hunter. And we have our first media timeout of the game. Let's take a second to thank some of our sponsors who make all of this possible, including Beans Country Store, one of our 2 digital media sponsors, located on the corner of Ridge and Sunnyside in Queensbury, New York. Great pizza, great wings, especially with Super Bowl being, literally tomorrow. And check them out if you're ever in Queensbury. Just great everything. Sully's East, the oldest bar in Glens Falls, located on the corner of Maple and Prospect in beautiful East End of Glens Falls, New York. Great beer, great prices. Karaoke night tonight. If you guys are bored, I'll meet you there. And last but not least for now, Kevin Koval's Adirondack Basement Systems. Do you or a loved one own a basement? Maybe you should get your basement finished. A little finishing work goes a long way. For that, you can call Kevin Koval's Adirondack Basement Systems. After 4 minutes, 8-3 in favor of Saratoga. Tobias Holmes. Going to inbound that to Grandison. Grandison to Riles. Riles tees the 3. Sides against it. Juan Malone shoots the J. No good. And Dylan Hunter on the rebound. Slampro getting double teamed there, but dishes the pass off to Hunter. To Jackson McCoy. And Dylan Hunter going for a shot of his own. No good. Through 4 minutes of play, Coyotes has been reduced to 3 points. So RJ Rosa now going for a 3. Would you look at that? RJ Rosa finishing the play for Saratoga. And Dylan Hunter with a nice little Euro step. Responds quick for Vermont. Tobias Holmes leading the charge here. Dishing off to Riles. Back to Holmes. Isaiah Grandison couldn't keep his hands on it. Now Scott Lampro, he's driving up the paint. And that's going to be out of bounds. Saratoga Racers ball. Ball may or may not have gone all the way to the concession stands. RJ Rosa actually came back with a walking taco. It's Grandison taking a breather. Number 1, Tyjon Gilmore is in the game. Terrell Camp also checking in. Terrell Camp wearing some pretty sick, look like purple rugbies actually. Hey, game recognized game. It's all good. And number 4, Leonard Bryce, making his first appearance on the court in the contest. RJ Rosa, picking that off right into the hands of Tobias Holmes. Tobias Holmes giving that off to Tyjon Gilmore. To Malone to Rosa. Rosa flipping it off to Tobias. Net 3. No good, but not going to stay. Tobias Holmes. Tobias Holmes' foot out of bounds. Hate to see it. So that 3 was absolutely money. But Leonard Bryce gave it off to Hunter. And Scott Lampro going for another 3. That one is good. Scott Lampro and the rest of the Vermont Coyotes cut the lead down to 3. We've got 6 minutes to go in the first. Pass a little too high, intended for Terrell Camp. Instead, Jackson McCoy trying to get past Terrell Camp. No foul, no call there. Tyjon Gilmore on the recovery, dishing off to Rosa. Rosa to Tobias Holmes. That 3 is good. Tobias Holmes on the 3, shooting the J. And now Jackson McCoy going for a 3 of his own. No good. And that's going to be Juan Malone on the recovery. RJ Rosa scanning the court, finding Tobias. Tobias to Rosa to Tyjon Gilmore. Gilmore, he's good from beyond the arc. That one's no good. It goes right in the hands of Hunter. And Hunter is going to march up in the paint. And they're going to call Tobias on that. Tobias Holmes, first foul. And Dylan Hunter is going to get some shots from the line. And Dylan Hunter, both of his shots good from the line. It's Terrell Camp inbounding that to Tyjon Gilmore. Gilmore to Tobias Holmes to Terrell Camp in the middle. And another foul on the court. Looks like they're going to be calling number 43, Jaron Jeffcoat. That is his real name, Jaron Jeffcoat. That is RJ Rosa. Just that off to Gilmore. Gilmore's three is up and no good, in and out. But Juwan Malone finishes the play for Saratoga. It's Lampro to Jeffcoat. Jeffcoat to Leonard Bryce. Survives double team. Jeffcoat shoots a high flyer. No good. Tobias Holmes on the recovery. Tobias Holmes going for a three. No good. Tobias Holmes is normally known for those long-range threes. Leonard Bryce going for three of his own. That's good off the glass. Three-point game, 4:26 to go in the first. RJ Rosa going for three, and that's no good. Terrell Camp dishing it off to Gilmore. Back to Tobias Holmes. To Rosa, Tyjon Gilmore left alone again. No good off the front of the iron. Leonard Bryce on the recovery. RJ Rosa trying to reach in. No good. And would you look at that? Scott Lampro ties it up for Vermont Coyotes. 16-16. 4 minutes to go in the first. While Saratoga Racers take a timeout, we're going to take a second to thank a few of our sponsors, including Augustine Classical Academy, Evergreen Mental Health Counseling, Orion Demolition Environmental Services, Outpost 40, great burgers, steaks, seafood, and some tremendous barbecue. And last for now, Stewart Shops. Get your just one of the most well-rounded convenience stores that I know of, at least. Great coffee, award-winning, national award-winning ice cream, great mac and cheese, great staff, great place to work. Stewart Shops. So 16-16, but a very slow-rolling first quarter for both teams. At one point, Saratoga Racers leading by 8. But Coyotes have chipped away at that lead slowly but surely. So John Riles still playing with that injured wrist. Trying to still maintain as much of an impact as possible. The Racers have such a limited roster. It's Tyler Mitchell going for the three, no good. And that's going to be Dylan Hunter on the rebound. The quick flip to Jaron Jeffcoat, back to Hunter. Hunter with the Euro step, no good. Terrell Camp on the rebound. Immediately flipping it off to Tobias Holmes. Holmes to Tyler Mitchell. Mitchell floating a quick one up into the midst of John Riles, and that's up and good. So Scott Lampro trying to get past the wall. And Tyler Mitchell with a quick recovery. And John Riles finishes the interception, so to speak, with a score. As Leonard Bryce trying to get past double team. And looks like they're going to be calling Terrell Camp on that. Yeah, it's going to be on Terrell Campus first of the contest. Scott Lampro to throw it in. And he's going to inbound it to Jeffcoat. Jeffcoat dishing it right off to Jackson McCoy. Back to Dylan Hunter. And it goes back in the hands of Lampro. Lampro, that three's up and no good. As Jackson McCoy on the recovery. Jackson McCoy getting some more points for Vermont. It's Tyler Mitchell to Tyjon Gilmore. Gilmore now drawing the attention of Bryce. Tobias Holmes going for that long three. Oh, off the front of the iron, just ran out of gas. Jackson McCoy flipping another one up, and Jackson McCoy finishing the play on the fast break. It's Tyjon Gilmore dishing off to Riles, back to Gilmore. Back to Riles, see a pattern here. Riles floating the three up, no good. And that ball's gonna go out of bounds. Vermont ball. So McCoy, quick flip to Lampro. Lampro to Bryce. And they're going to call Bryce on the travel. So Tobias Holmes now, as we hit the 2-minute warning of the quarter. Looked like he was going to go for that super long range three. But instead, Tyler Mitchell going for one of his own. No good. Looked like kind of deviated off the path on the way. Tobias Holmes. What would have been a jump ball, Vermont Coyotes take an opportunity to call a timeout. So while they're doing that, let's take a quick second to introduce you guys watching this recorded broadcast due to issues with the internet. We had a lot of snow in this area, to those of you who are not from here. Let's take a second to introduce you to the crew. On the camera today, our camera operator, the 6-man, Dylan McKenzie. Our producer, the man who is throwing up the ads and throwing up the points as they are scored, Mr. Eric Picar. And I, on the horn, I'm Brett Porter. Thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully for tomorrow's game, i.e. Super Bowl Sunday at noon, we'll have a little bit of this figured out. Just unfortunately, this is just something that happens sometimes when you're dealing with bad weather. It is a thing that can go down. While let the in-game announcer shoot off all of his ad reads and stuff. We're doing 2 50-50 baskets today, which I was not made aware of. But that's pretty neat, if I say so myself. So Jaron Jeffcoat inbounding it to Bryce. And Leonard Bryce to Lampro. Back to Bryce. I said, been a very, compared to many other games, very low scoring first quarter for both the Racers and the Coyotes. As Jackson McCoy flips one in, no good. And ultimately, after a few missed attempts, Terrell Camp popping out with it. And Tobias Holmes going for a three, no good. Looks like that went off the hand of John Riles. That's going to be Vermont ball. It's Lampro to Jeffcoat to Bryce. Bryce being double teamed. Quickly flips it off to McCoy. McCoy doesn't make the layup, but he's going to draw the foul. It's going to be Terrell Camp second of the night. So Jackson McCoy going to get some shots at the line. First one's up. First one is good. Tie game now. Minute to go in the first. And second one up and good. All right, Tyler Mitchell and the rest of Saratoga Company maybe trying to reclaim the lead in the last minute. Floats one up, and that's intercepted by number 0, Malachi Howard. So Howard, after the quick pass to Jeffcoat, flipping it off to Dylan Hunter. Leonard Bryce getting his hands on it, trying to get past Grandison. Goes behind the back, and Hunter's shot up and off the front of the rim. 32 seconds to go in this contest. Grandison going for a three. Would you look at that? Isaiah Grandison making that three. And gets one shot at the line. Opportunity to make this a 4-point play. And Isaiah Grandison is one shot at the line. That's up. It's good. Completing the 4-point play for Saratoga. Jeffcoat dishing off to Leonard Bryce with really no one to beat. And a little under the rim alley-oop action. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. It's Tyler Mitchell. Dishing that off to Riles. Riles back to Tobias. Tobias going for a three with 2 men in front of him. No good. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. After 12 minutes of action, Saratoga Racers are up 25 to Vermont Coyotes 24. Full court press defense has been working wonders for Saratoga so far, especially after last weekend coming off of 2 Power 25 ranked teams, the number 21 and the number 5 Bulldogs out of Binghamton and New England Lightning, respectively. But so far, Vermont has been keeping it very competitive. Both teams kind of slowing it down today compared to the more high-powered offenses that you kind of see across the span of the ABA. But we'll see. We still have 3 more quarters of action before this contest is over. Donovan Williams making his way to the game. It was a late appearance, but definitely one Saratoga will definitely, how many times can I say definitely? A much needed addition. See if they can possibly run away with this a little bit. Williams doing some quick jogging, some calisthenics they call it. Riles to Tobias Holmes. To RJ Rosa. Grandison. Quick flips all around, and that three-pointer gonna be no good. Isaiah Grandison on the rebound, kind of falls in the process, picks himself back up. Scott Lampro going for a 3, no good. RJ Rosa on the rebound, dishing it off to John Riles. Riles to Holmes. Holmes 3 up, no good. That goes into the breadbasket of Lampro. Now Dylan Hunter with quick flip from outside of the paint, no good. Back into the hands of Riles. And Rosa going to drive one up and quick. Dylan Hunter on the rebound. Now both teams playing a little bit more pep in their step in this first 50 seconds of the quarter. And Dylan Hunter scores the first points of the quarter. Vermont Coyotes once again reclaim the lead. Juwan Malone back on the court. He's going to go for a 3. That's no good. Lampro on the recovery. And he's going to dish that off to Malachi Howard. Back, and Corvo back on the court. And that 3 is going to be no good. Oh, Dylan Hunter. Dylan Hunter going to be called on a travel. I don't know if this was just a creative disagreement between myself and the actual game announcer. We call that a travel in the world of basketball. Might be a creative difference. I don't know. But either way, Tobias Holmes getting off to Riles under the basket, and 3 Vermont Coyotes there to swarm him like a wolf pack, actually. And Grandison coming down with it before it can be a jump ball, giving it to Rosa, to Holmes. Now to Juwan Malone, back to Rosa. RJ Rosa left alone. That 3 is up, and it's good. RJ Rosa. I'm never going to get sick of that. As Dylan Hunter dishing off to a wide open Corvo. Corvo's 3 up, air ball, but Jaron Jeffcoat finishing the play. We got a tied game, 9:45 to go in the half. And Tobias trying to reclaim the lead, no good. Malachi Howard on the rebound to Brandon Corvo. Gets out of reach of Scott Lampro. And a quick flip to John Riles. Saratoga Racers once again reclaim the lead. It's Lampro, super quick pass to Howard. Howard getting absolutely flooded there. Looks like you're going to be calling Isaiah Grandison on that, his first. Oh, excuse me. They're going to call that on Juwan Malone. Also Malone's first. Malachi Howard has an opportunity to tie this up with 9:22 to go. And Donovan Williams debuting for the contest. He's warmed up. He's done his jogging, done his calisthenics. He's ready. 30 apiece, 9:19 to go in the half. Donovan Williams getting his first touch. Back to Williams. Williams driving up, finding RJ Rosa in the middle. RJ Rosa leading the plate for Saratoga. As Lampro forced to give it away. Dylan Hunter now with no one to beat, tying up the game. It's been a very back and forth quarter so far. It's now Donovan Williams dishing that off to Grandison. Back to Williams. Decides to give it off to Rosa, and Grandison from outside the paint, quick little mid-range jumper. As McCoy being double teamed, getting off to Dylan Hunter. Hunter gonna go for three. That's up, no good. Isaiah Grandison on the rebound. It's Donovan Williams, pass intended for, and ultimately makes it to Malone, who flips it over to Rosa. Back to Malone. Malone, good for another two for the Saratoga cause. As Lampro and Hunter play a quick game of catch. Getting off to Jackson McCoy. RJ Rosa gets a hand on it, falls right into the breadbasket of Tyjon Gilmore. And now Grandison surrounded by 4 out of the 5 Coyotes on the court. Can't finish the play. And Dylan Hunter now on the fast break, on the Euro step. And looks like they're going to be calling Tyjon Gilmore on that, his first of the contest. Grandison taking a breather. Terrell Camp back on the court. Hunters, first one up. First one is good. Second one is up. And no good. Terrell Camp on the board, giving that off to Donovan Williams. And after a quick game of pass around, RJ Rosa's three is no good. Lampro, ultimately the one who comes away with it. As Corvo dishing off to Jackson McCoy. Jackson McCoy's layup lays on in. 1 point game, 7:31 to go in the half. Terrell Camp flips one in. And looks like they're going to be calling Dylan Hunter. And Terrell Camp has an opportunity to make this a 3-point play. Oh, got ourselves a media timeout on the court. Let's take a second, Mr. Picard. Let's thank some of our sponsors today, including my favorite and name, if not just the name, the Ugly Rooster Cafe. 2 beautiful scenic locations in Malta and Mechanicville. Undeniable nutrition, because food should not just taste good, it should be good for you. Val's Sporting Goods is their 81st year in operation. Camping, hunting, fishing, anything else, hiking, anything else that involves connecting you with Mother Nature. Val's Sporting Goods. And last but not least for now, Happy Island Hot Dogs and Catering. 7:27 to go in the half. Racers holding on to a 3-point lead. And Terrell Camp has an opportunity to make this a 3-point play. Basket was good before the timeout. Trail Camp with his purple rugbies on. And it's good. So Malachi Howard gets that off to McCoy, even though Rosa got a hand on it. And now Corvo dishing it off to Lampro. Lampro going for a 3, no good off the lip. Donovan Williams. Donovan Williams is going to drive it, giving it off to Juan Malone. Malone. And it looks like they're going to call that off of Scott Lampro. It's going to be Saratoga ball. And right into the hands of Tyjon Gilmore from RJ Rosa. Donovan Williams giving it back to Gilmore. To RJ Rosa. Rosa, the quick turnaround. That 3, no good. And Jackson McCoy flipping that off to Scott Lampro. Lampro giving it to Howard. Howard to Bryce. Back to Lampro. Back to Bryce. After a quick game of pass roulette, Malachi Howard ultimately getting the score for Vermont. As we have 6.5 to go in the second. Donovan Williams going for his first 3 of the game, and no good. Trail Camp on the recovery. Give it back to Donovan Williams. The first you don't succeed, try again, no good. Jackson McCoy now giving it off to Bryce after a lot of airtime there. And the Vermont Coyotes have tied the game up again, 39 apiece, 6 to go in the half. And after a lot of quick passes, score does not go through. And the Vermont Coyotes have reclaimed the lead, 41-39. Saratoga Racers take another timeout. And with that, we'll take a second to thank a few more of our sponsors, including Mirth Films. That's us. Hey, if you like what we're doing here, we do a lot of live concert coverage, scenic photography, and of course, Reuben Raiders, the series where Frankie and I try to find the best Reuben sandwich in the capital region and beyond. Check us out and all of our other content at mirth-films.com. And last but not least for now, Simple Fix Construction. Give them a call today and get your estimates at 518-596-7633. That's 518-596-7633. It's John Riles with Saratoga inbounding it to Donovan Williams. Tobias Holmes giving it back to Williams. Grandison going for a deep 2. That's no good. It's Jackson McCoy dishing it off quick to Brandon Corvo. Back to McCoy. And Malachi Howard ripping it out of the hands of Donovan Williams. That floater, no good. Isaiah Grandison quickly dishing it back off to Holmes. Giving it back to Williams. Donovan Williams. Giving it back to Tobias Holmes. Tobias, the 3 is no good as that ball ultimately goes out of bounds. It's going to be Vermont ball. And Jackson McCoy, he's going to drive it for the Coyotes. Leonard Bryce getting it from the key, now in the hands of Brandon Corvo. Back to Malachi Howard, the big man in the middle. As he's surrounded, but he's going to shoot one up. And that's going to go out of bounds, off the hand of Jackson McCoy. And Donovan Williams dishing it off. Tobias is going to try and rush one in, and that's good. Saratoga Racers have tied the game up once again with 4:45 to go. As Leonard Bryce surrounded. Looks like Jackson McCoy was going to go for the 3, but instead Scott Lampro going for one. No good. Tyler Mitchell on that recovery. Donovan Williams going for another 3. No good. Williams 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Now Corvo going for a 3 of his own, and that's money. Tobias Holmes now trying to get Saratoga back in even footing. Donovan Williams trying to find a lane, and he ultimately does. Looks like he's going to draw a foul there. Looks like they're going to call that on Malachi Howard, his second of the game. Williams makes both of these only a 1-point game. 4:04 to go in the second. Let's see. And that is good. 1-point game. 4 minutes to go in the half. As Lampro finding Malachi Howard in the middle to open Corvo. Now Jackson McCoy ran right into the shoulder of John Riles. And for that, John Riles is going to get his first foul of the contest. And with just a little less than 4 to go in the half, we're going to take our last meeting timeout until halftime. So take a quick second to thank all of you guys for showing up. The rest of the Saratoga Racers home game schedule for the 2025-26 season is obviously tonight. And then we have for Super Bowl Sunday, your Racers will be going against the Binghamton Bulldogs. Oh, excuse me, the Herkimer OGs. Sorry, I'm mixing all my dates up. And we end out the month of February with a 3-game back-to-back. February 26, 27, 28, and then March 1st to close out this iconic season. What Frank Palcinello has managed to do with this team is nothing shy of amazing. But I digress. 3:52 to go in the half. And Lampro dishing off to Corvo. Donovan Williams tried to get the air. Couldn't. Corvo dishing off to Lampro again. A lot of this offense is running around basically the backs of Jackson McCoy and Scott Lampro so far. And Malachi Howard maintaining himself as a big man presence in the middle, but he can shoot the 3. That one no good, though, as Riles dishing that off quick to Tobias Holmes. Immediately flipping it to Tyler Mitchell. Tyler Mitchell recovers his own rebound. And Donovan Williams was teasing that 3 instead. Going to flip it to Tobias Holmes. Tobias going for a deep dish pizza 3. That is the 2024 form that we love seeing out of Tobias Holmes. Saratoga Racers reclaimed the lead. Donovan Williams tried to get a hand on it, couldn't hold on to it. As Lampro gives it off to Howard to Corvo. Corvo's 3 up and no good. Jackson McCoy on the rebound. And they're going to call that a jump ball unless the timeout was called. And, yep, Coach Frank Palcinello calls the timeout. 46-44, 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the half. Saratoga Racers are playing tonight with arguably their shallowest roster. Normally, this is a team we're used to seeing 11 or 12 players. Right now, they're running with a total of 9. And that's with Donovan Williams and Tobias Holmes being late additions. Not something they're necessarily used to running under. Frank Palcinello is a big proponent of giving everyone playing time and playing to everybody's strengths. But with there being a few less, it does kind of shake things up a little bit. But regardless, Racers hold on to a 2-point lead. It's Tobias Holmes inbounding that to Donovan Williams. Donovan Williams giving it to Grandison, back to Williams. It's Tyler Mitchell going to quick fade away, no good. John Riles on the recovery. And that's no good. Tyler Mitchell trying to get it past Malachi Howard, no good. And now Scott Lampro, who's been good from beyond the arc. No, that 3 does not compute, though. as Tyler Mitchell now for Saratoga with his pink headband and all. Quick flip to Donovan Williams. Tobias Holmes could not hold on to the heater. And now Scott Lampro trying to get past Williams and does with a quick flip to McCoy. McCoy to Jeffcoat. Jeffcoat back on the court. Tyler Mitchell trying to play some peanut punch and doesn't. And it looks like they're going to be calling Leonard Bryce over. Looks like he kind of went over the head there of Donovan Williams for a second. But either way, Donovan Williams with the inbound to Holmes. Tobias Holmes. Quick flip to Donovan Williams. Williams going for the three. No good again. Isaiah Grandison tried to just shove it back to Williams, but that's no good. The ball goes out of bounds. That's Racers ball again. And with that pass from courtside to courtside, almost with the deflection from Howard, almost looked like it was going to go in. But ultimately, so Leonard Bryce getting fouled there.
It was a 3D play.
Because that was a 3D play. It's an opportunity to make this a 4-point play. Saratoga taking this time to swap out 4. And now coming back onto the court, we have Juwan Malone, Terrell Camp, Tyjon Gilmore.
Saratoga calling number 99, Donovan Williams. That is his first.
Looks like they're calling Donovan Williams out of foul there too. And sitting at the substitution table, number 23, Dylan Hunter getting some good stretches in. All right, as Leonard Bryce's free throw attempt is up and good. Two-point game, $1:30 to go. It's Terrell Camp trying to tie it up for Saratoga, no good. It's Malachi Howard. Ends up getting it out of dangerous waters. And Scott Lampro with a quick flip to Jackson McCoy. McCoy and the Coyotes take their biggest lead of the night with 4. Juwan Malone flips one in quick rebuttal for Saratoga. 1 minute to go before we get to halftime. And Scott Lampro with another charge up into the paint. Tries to complete the play, no good. Terrell Camp on the recovery. Was going to flip that over to Tobias Holmes. Holmes deciding he's going to do it himself. Ties it up for Saratoga. And the pass goes a little bit out of the hands of Lampro. Little butter fingers, you could say. Terrell Camp drawing some attention from the screen. Giving Tobias Holmes time to shoot the 3, no good, but let's try it one more time. No good again. Terrell Camp dishing off to Juwan Malone. Malone, three-point attempts in a row, and now into the hands of Riles. And we'll get another foul called on the court. We have 16.8 seconds to go. The foul is going to be on number 10, Jackson McCoy. Shooting foul, John Riles getting an opportunity to take the lead right before we go into halftime. First one's up. First one is good. John Riles. Second one is up. Second one is good. Oh, because of the 3D rule, John Riles is going to get a third. That's good. 3 for 3 in that series as Jeffcoat dishing off to Lampro. Shooting clock turned off. Jackson McCoy trying to flip one in. Quick rebuttal as Malachi Howard Superman punches that ball out of bounds. 10 0.3 seconds to go before halftime. And Terrell Camp quickly flipping it to Tobias Holmes. Holmes, constant pressure there from Jeffcoat, going for a three of his own. No good with 3 seconds to go. Jeffcoat's going to try to shoot a deep one, and Tobias Holmes blocks it like it was nothing. Arguably the closest game we have seen in a while. 53-52 in favor of the Saratoga Racers. Been a very, still, for all intents and purposes, compared to the normal ABA action we have seen, this has been a very slow-paced game. Not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily a good thing, but just a thing. But, all right. Well, we're going to be back in about 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in so far, and we will see you as we resume third quarter. Welcome back, folks. 53, Saratoga. 52, the Vermont Coyotes. Been a very, very slow-paced game so far. Very hard to determine if there's any team, or any player for that matter, who's really taking the charge for either Vermont or for Saratoga. The Vermont offense has kind of been built around Scott Lampro and number 10, Jackson McCoy. This is Lampro's first appearance against the Racers. They've played twice so far this season, both times Saratoga coming away with the victory. But we will see. Still 24 minutes of basketball separating us from a winner. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Brett Porter on the horn. Our camera operator, six-man Dylan McKenzie, and our producer, Eric Picar. See if both teams feel a little recharged after that. Both playing on smaller rosters. Saratoga more used to carrying a little bit more of a reserve, so to speak, as Donovan Williams tries to get a hand on it from Lampro. Lampro still holding on to it. Some good ball work there. Now into the hands of McCoy. McCoy to Bryce. Bryce can dish that off in the middle of the big man Malachi Howard. Howard turning and flipping, and no good. Isaiah Grandison on the rebound. And John Riles, after the quick pass from Malone, could not hold on to it. Quick turnaround there. It's Bryce dishing it off to Lampro. Lampro to Hunter. And Lampro going for a three. And Scott Lampro and the Vermont Coyotes draw first blood in the half and now retake the lead after the missed score attempt from Riles. It's going to be Vermont ball. Bryce dishing it off to Lampro. Scott Lampro trying to get past Donovan. One man beat. Flipping that up. No good. RJ Rosa there to bring it down. It's like Isaiah Grandison. Passing it to Williams. Williams back to Riles. Dishing off to Grandison. Grandison ties the game back up. I have a feeling the rest of this contest is going to be at this rate very back and forth. Doesn't seem like any team is poised to run away with it as I say that, number 4, Leonard Bryce with a three. So now Bryce getting his hand on it again, but Scott Lampro ultimately coming away with it. Flipping it up to Jackson McCoy. McCoy, another score for Vermont. Simon Williams dishing it off to Juwan Malone. What is going on with Saratoga today? Just a mental error there on display. As Leonard Bryce trying to get past Riles. They're going to call Riles on that. John Riles demonstrating his discontent with that call. Riles and Bryce exchanging some words there as Scott Lampro inbounding it to Malachi Howard. Howard trying to get past the big man Malone. And they're going to, looks like they're calling that a jump ball, possession arrow favoring Saratoga. Donovan Williams flips it to Malone. From Malone to Donovan Williams. Williams trying to find a lane, instead finds Malone. Malone, three-pointers up, and that's good! Jawan Malone cutting into the Coyotes' lead. It's now Leonard Bryce. Going to go for a three of his own, and that's no good. Lampro on, McCoy. Jackson McCoy on the rebound. John Riles responds with another quick two. Dylan Hunter giving it back to Leonard Bryce. Bryce coming alive at the start of this quarter. Jackson McCoy, another layup, up and in. Donovan Williams in traffic, Give it to Rosa. No good. Lampro getting past Williams. One man to beat. And it looks like they're going to call Grandison on that. So Scott Lampro to get some shots from the line. Donovan Williams dapping up Brandon Corbo quick. First basket up and good. Lampro second up and no good. Juwan Malone on the recovery. Malone, quick flip to Grandison. Grandison to Rosa. Rosa going for a three. First attempt of the half, and it's good. RJ Rosa on the three. So Malachi Howard, the big man, flipped to McCoy. McCoy to Hunter. Hunter trying to get past Malone. Malone, press coverage. Very, very good press coverage. And now Leonard Bryce. A little bit of trickery there as Jackson McCoy open enough to make the basket. Isaiah Grandison going for a three. Isaiah Grandison, the big man, can do it all. 1 point game so far. 8:20 to go in the third. It looks like they're gonna call jump ball. Looks like they're gonna call jump ball on that. Vermont Coyotes not happy with that call. Frank Palazanello, first time I've seen him aggressively yelling. That's how you know it's getting intense. As Leonard Bryce sinking another three. RJ Rosa with a chance to rebuttal, no good. And Juwan Malone comes away with it, finding Donovan Williams. Donovan Williams left alone. Can he? No. But RJ Rosa finishing the play for Saratoga. And Jackson McCoy left alone, and they're going to respond with two of their own. Donovan Williams trying to lead the charge. Giving it to Rosa under the rim, and Rosa fades away. It's good for another two for Saratoga. It's Lampro to Hunter. Hunter with the Euro step, getting past but not scoring. Second chance. That one goes in. It's Donovan Williams. Donovan Williams giving it off to Rosa. RJ Rosa to Juwan Malone. Malone skating the line of in and out of bounds. Giving Bryce shove and a spin move. Just for that, Juwan Malone pressing the B button there on that spin move. And with that, after that call, 3D rule in effect. Juwan Malone has a chance to make this a four. That's good for four. Juwan Malone. You'll love to see a Saratoga reclaiming the lead on that 4-point play. Now Lampro getting past all of Saratoga, but not connecting there. And now Jackson McCoy getting his own rebound. He's going to finish the play all by himself. Once again, a tie game. If I had $1 for every time we say that this contest. As Juwan Malone, another three. Third quarter, both teams starting to come alive. Leonard Bryce marching up into the paint, but no good. Juwan Malone on the recovery. Malone driving, finding John Riles. John Riles putting up another two on the board for Saratoga, 81-76. Halfway through the third. It's Leonard Bryce. He's dribbling. He's trying to get past Rosa. He gets past Rosa. And they're going to call RJ Rosa on the foul. Rosa's going to take a breather. Tobias Holmes going to come in. We have ourselves a timeout on the floor, so let's take a second. Thank some of our sponsors who helped make this game possible, including Beans Country Store, one of our 2 digital media streaming sponsors, located on the corner of Ridge and Sunnyside in Queensbury, New York. Great food, great desserts. Next time you're in Queensbury, check them out. Beans Country Store. And our other digital media sponsor, Sully's East, the oldest bar in Glens Falls. Check them out at 214 Maple Street. Karaoke is tonight if you guys are into that kind of stuff. Kitchen and bar open late night Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. And last but not least for now, Kevin Koval's Adirondack Basement Systems. Give them a call if you're trying to finally get your basement finished. 81-76. As it's Vermont Coyotes ball. Both teams kind of revitalized after the half. And now Bryce trying to get away from Mitchell and does. Now Scott Lampro fades away, and that one goes in. Scott Lampro. So now Donovan Williams trying to respond with a three of his own, and would you look at that? Donovan Williams with the three. So Leonard Bryce trying to respond. That has been rather back and forth. It looks like they're going to be calling Tyler Mitchell on that one. Coach Frank Palzanello being very vocal about how this is trying to call plays. Looks like they're going to be calling Terrell Camp on a push there. Two back-to-back fouls. Terrell Camp, third foul of the contest so far. As Scott Lampro dishing that off to Jackson McCoy. McCoy going for it himself with a Euro step. The layup's no good. And Tyler Mitchell. Tyler Mitchell tried to find Williams, but went way too fast. 3D rule in effect. Malachi Howard had a chance to make that a 4-point. Oh, looks like Jackson McCoy acting as if he got low-blowed there. Hard telling, not knowing, as Tobias Holmes. Tobias Holmes sinking a three. That is Saratoga Racers' biggest, now officially Saratoga Racers' biggest lead of the night. 9 points ahead. And they're going to call Tyler Mitchell again. Coaches Tim Hepp and Frank Palzanello telling them how they really feel, saying that's a weak call. So Lampro giving it off to Jeffcoat. Jeffcoat to a wide open Bryce. And John Malone kind of plays party buster there. Jeffcoat going for a three of his own. Jaron Jeffcoat's three up and no good. Terrell Camp with a quick handoff to Tobias Holmes. Gives it off to Donovan Williams. Holmes can't hold on to it. But he still marches up, and would you look at that? Looked like he made that from behind the rim. Now, Saratoga Racers' first double-digit lead of the night. And as Leonard Bryce tries to cut into that, Terrell Camp recovering the missed threes. Tobias Holmes squaring off with Jeffcoat, getting past him, headband on headband. And it looks like they're going to be calling. Looks like they're calling Malachi Howard on that one. But we have a timeout on the floor, media timeout. We have 3:54 to go in the third. We're going to take a second to thank a few more of our sponsors, including Augustine Classical Academy, Evergreen Mental Health Counseling, Orion Demolition and Environmental Services, Outpost 40, burgers, steaks, seafood, and tremendous barbecue. Stewart Shops, award-winning ice cream, friendly staff, cleanest bathrooms too, might I add. Stewart Shops. One more. And last but not least for now, my favorite sponsor in name alone, the Ugly Rooster Cafe. Check out either of their locations, either Malta or Mechanicville, the Ugly Rooster Cafe. 3:54 to go in the third. Racers scored 53 in the first half. They've scored 37 in the third quarter alone. And as I've always said, the Saratoga Racers are a third quarter organization. This is when they go in their official no brakes, all gas mode. Tobias Holmes getting some shots at the line. First one's up. First one is good. And second one's up and good. It's Malachi Howard giving it to Leonard Bryce. Bryce to Lampro. As Hunter playing a good screen there. Good moving screen. Like a faulty window. And Lampro trying to finish it himself. But Tyjon Gilmore coming away with it. And now Tyler Mitchell kind of doing some spin moves, a little bit of razzle to the dazzle, and he's gonna fade away, and that one's good. Now a 15-point lead for Saratoga, and looks like they're calling Tyler Mitchell. Tyler Mitchell's got to be careful. He's racked up 3 fouls in the last 3 minutes of game time. And that's going to be Leonard Bryce to inbound it. And Donovan Williams on the recovery. Would you look at that? Donovan Williams, player 1, has entered the building. And we have a stoppage on the play. Scott Lampro took a looks like he just did not land right. And we're obviously going to give the Vermont Coyotes a little bit of privacy there as they deal with that. But it's hard to tell what happened. Looks like it did not look like it was a high impact situation, but Lampro is still down. He's got 4 Coyotes around him and their head coach. And he's not getting up still. Obviously, but after a second he gets up under his own power. And Jeffco to bring him to the bench. Assistant coach Tim Hepp checking in on Lampro, make sure he's all right. Lampro was the spark to this team thus far. All action went through him. Interesting to see how the rest of the Coyotes gameplay transpires. As Leonard Bryce giving it to Corvo. Corvo back on the court after a little bit. And Juwan Malone gets a hand on it, and now in the hands of Tobias Holmes to Terrell Camp. Terrell Camp charging through Jackson McCoy. Now a 20-point lead for Saratoga. As McCoy going for a mid-range jumper, and that's no good. Terrell Camp on the recovery. Donovan Williams showed up late and is already making an impact. Giving off to Malone. And that's going to stick. And the Saratoga Racers hit the century mark with a 3 from Juwan Malone. 2:24 to go in the third. And Leonard Bryce is going to shoot the J. And that's no good. Donovan Williams on the recovery. Super quick, super long pass. And Juwan Malone ultimately coming down with it. Got Corvo to beat. And looks like they're going to call Corvo on that. That's going to be Corvo's. Corvo's first foul of the contest. Gilmore giving it off to Donovan Williams. And that's an air ball 3, no good there. Jackson McCoy driving up the paint, can't get past Terrell Camp, but looks like Terrell Camp's going to be called on that. Terrell Camp saying he had the ball in his hands. Officiating staff saying otherwise.
Saratoga foul number 15, Terrell Camp. That is his fourth. Saratoga has 8 fouls in the quarter.
But either way, that's going to be Vermont balls. Brandon Corvo. Looks like he's going to be the one to inbound. Nope. No, I misspoken. Looks like Jackson McCoy going to get some shots at the line. First one's up. First one is good. Malachi Howard taking a breather. Jeffco back on the court. And second free throw, no good. It's Tobias Holmes. Tobias Holmes shouting a play. Find an open Juwan Malone. And he's just going to do it all himself. That three is good. Juwan Malone, another three. Now Coyotes offense led through Jeffco. And ball went out of bounds. Looked like it was punched out by Terrell Camp. As now Jackson McCoy trying to get past Juwan Malone. Ultimately does. Malone got a hand on it, but still. Still Vermont score. Racers holding on to a 23-point lead. Buck 14 to go in the third. As Tobias Holmes, another three. Saratoga Racers last 9 threes all coming, last 9 points coming off of threes, excuse me. And looks like Juwan Malone not thrilled with that call. It's his second foul of the contest. And with that, Dylan Hunter, number 23, going to get some shots at the line. And that one is up. No good. Officiating staff trying to explain to Malachi Howard. Trying to Terrell Camp tell Malachi Howard to bounce. Don Hunter got one more shot at the line. And there's Donovan Williams with that devious smile he's always known for. Free throw is good. Alrighty. Donovan Williams flipping it to Tobias Holmes. And another three-point attempt, and that one no good. Donovan Williams coming down with it, though. And Terrell Camp giving it to Donovan Williams up in the paint, and he miraculously holds on to it, but kind of just loses his grip. And Corvo ends up dishing off to Jeffco. Tobias Holmes getting a good hand on it, and then Donovan Williams getting a good hand on it. And now ultimately in the hands of Tobias Holmes. Oh, if only. That would have been the play of the game by and large. Dylan Hunter went for the three, ultimately decided against it. It looks like number 23, Dylan Hunter, just throat punched Donovan Williams. Whether intentional or not, it's not what you like to see. Well, that'll definitely kind of ruin your day. Or at least ruin the rest of the third quarter for you, as we have 23 seconds remaining, 1 second separating play clock and shot clock. Racers not really under any obligation to shoot up until the very, very, very last second. As we approach the 10-second mark, Tobias Holmes playing it slow. He's going to march up, and instead, Tyjon Gilmore with the last hands on it. That's no good. And the Racers end the third quarter with a 25-point lead, 107-82. In the first, I cannot reiterate this enough, in the first half, Saratoga Racers scored 53. In the third quarter alone, the Racers dropped 54. Been a very good contest so far. Racers just proving what they are the best at, and that is they are a three-quarter team. They are always a third-quarter team. Any team that can survive the third quarter from the Racers tends to come away on top. We saw that against Buffalo. But so far, looking a lot like this could be another Racers win. Obviously, we have 12 minutes of play separating us from the victor. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And please be sure to tune in and watch after the game as we try to get an interview with one of our players, ideally number 99, Donovan Williams. Fourth quarter starting now. It's Tyjon Gilmore giving it off to Grandison. Isaiah Grandison giving it to Juwan Malone. Kind of stumbles his grip, but still has it. Shooting the three. No good. And Leonard Bryce, being double teamed, finds Jackson McCoy. In addition, off to Dylan Hunter, back in the hands of Bryce. And he is going to score first points of the fourth quarter. Tyler Mitchell. Giving that off Tyjon Gilmore. Gilmore can shoot the three. No good, but RJ Rosa's under the net to finish the play. All right, Scott Lampro back on the court after taking a bad spill. Now Leonard Bryce trying to getting past Saratoga defense. And Jackson McCoy's three up and no good. Leonard Bryce taking it back from beyond the key to try again. And Dylan Hunter left alone in space. That three is good. Juwan Malone giving it back to RJ Rosa. RJ Rosa, no good there. Scott Lampro on the rebound. But his foot goes out of bounds, trying to pivot. No good. Oh. So, Malachi Howard ultimately coming away with that, and looks like they're going to get Grandison on a shove there. Two shots at the line. Jackson McCoy, first one up, no good. And number two. That one's good. All right, Juwan Malone. Scott Hunter to beat. He's going to drive up, no good. Hunter keeps him at bay. Jackson McCoy finding open Leonard Bryce. Leonard Bryce going for a three. Shoots the J.
That's a three for Leonard Bryce.
Vermont Coyotes slowly chipping away at this Racers lead. Just a couple minutes ago, we're up by 25. Tyler Mitchell evens it out. Number 7, Tyler Mitchell. Brother Anthony not on the Dretz list tonight, but Tyler Mitchell has been doing more than enough for the Mitchell brothers as a whole. As Jackson McCoy weaving through Racers defense, but ultimately does not put that one in. Now in the hands of the Troy Polamalu lookalike, Tyjon Gilmore. Donovan Williams getting heated from the bench. Tyler Mitchell, can he do it again? No good. And now Jackson McCoy had Grandison to beat. And Dylan Hunter is under the rim to finish that one. Now a 19-point game. 9:20 to go in the fourth. RJ Rosa going to give that back to Mitchell. He's going to quick pass to Grandison. Grandison hovering in the paint. RJ Rosa ultimately Little fadeaway jumper there. Jackson McCoy got Malone to beat, and looks like you're gonna call Juwan Malone on that.
Saratoga foul number 0, Jamal Malone. That is his third, second team foul. To the line, number 10, Jackson McCoy.
Very cold in the Joe Loudis court today. I don't know if it's just the fact that the most of upstate New York got snowed in pretty good. McCoy's first free throw up and good. But overall, so I live in Glens Falls personally. We got about, I believe, 4 inches, which doesn't sound like a lot compared to what they were saying we were supposed to get. But still, cold day nonetheless. As both of McCoy's free throw attempts up and good, Tyjon Gilmore is going to give that one to Malone. Malone to Grandison. Grandison from just behind the paint. And that's good. Scott Lampro trying to get past Gilmore. And flips it with his non-dominant hand to Malachi Howard. Howard, quick flip to Hunter, and that ball went out of bounds. So Juwan Malone. He's gonna just do it all himself. He's done it enough so far this contest. But Malachi Howard on the fast break. Even the officiating staff almost fell down there. As Isaiah Grandison with another quick 2 points. A lot of quick scoring there. Just trying to see whether or not our PA pronounces it Granderson or Grandison. But either way, another 2 quick points for Vermont off of Scott Lampro. Coyotes about to hit the century mark. Tyler Mitchell shot up and no good. RJ Rosa finishes the play. And Lampro giving off to Malachi Howard. Howard got Grandison to beat. Can't get separation for the 3. Gives it to Lampro. Lampro to Leonard Bryce. And ultimately, no good. Coyotes still hovering at 99. Isaiah Grandison going from deep for a center. As Hunter giving off to Lampro. And Isaiah Grandison punches that into the next scene. And Donovan Williams gonna return to the court, recovering from a vicious throat punch. John Riles appears to be done for the game. Got ice on his wrist. Malachi Howard's 3-pointer attempt up and no good. Donovan Williams. That attempt's no good. Juwan Malone trying to figure out what happened there. Looks like he kind of got tripped up into the feet of a member of the Vermont Coyotes. And with 6 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the contest, we're going to take a media timeout, and we're going to take an opportunity to thank a few of our sponsors who help make this all possible. Undeniable Nutrition, because food should be both good for you and actually taste good. Undeniable Nutrition. Val's Sporting Goods, been in service for 81 years for all your camping, fishing, hiking, and hunting needs. Happy Island Hot Dogs and Catering. Hot dogs. And last but not least, us, Mirth Films. If you like what we're doing here, please feel free to check out the rest of our content. We do live concert videography, aerial photography, drone footage, and of course Reuben Raiders, where Frankie Cavone and I try to find the best Reuben sandwich in the capital region and beyond. 21-point game, 6:43 to go. Scott wondering what that buzzer was over. We'll figure that out at a later date. But all right, Scott Lampro. Terrell Camp Terrell Camp is just laughing his way through it. He gets his 5th foul of the game and only has 2 left. As Bryce's three-pointer up and good. Three-pointer up and good for Bryce. And just like that, Coyotes officially hit the century mark. And Juwan Malone, quick pass, Donovan Williams. Williams with R.J. Rosa just beyond the paint. Terrell Camp. It just sinks on in. It was teetering, it was tottering, but it made it on in. It's Leonard Bryce getting past Rosa, got Malone to beat, and no good. A little bit of fumbling around, but Leonard Bryce ultimately coming back down with it. Scott Lampro going for a 3. That 3 is good. Scott Lampro with another 3 there. Making this a 17-point game. And it looks like Jackson McCoy, because of the 3D rule, just got another point there. Still trying to come down with the complexities of what constitutes the 3D rule. We have 5:38 to go in the contest. Racers now. 1 point was a 27-point lead. Now only up by 14 points. Donovan Williams giving that to Tobias Holmes to inbound. And Tobias Holmes going for a 3. No good. And that's going to fall right in the hands of Hunter. Dishing off to Malachi Howard. And that's going to go back to Hunter, kind of. He gets it. Comes down with it. And they're Terrell Camp. Terrell Camp astounded here. Terrell Camp has one foul left. Terrell Camp only has 1 foul left. He's been pleading his case the whole time. A lot of these are weak calls. Obviously, that is not our call. No pun intended. As Bryce dishing that off to Lampro to the big man Malachi Howard. Malachi Howard floats that in. No good. Howard catches his own rebound. Tyjon Gilmore coming down with it. And Gilmore giving it off to Terrell Camp. And he's going to float that one in for Saratoga. Now, Bryce putting on the afterburners. Tries to float that one in. No good. That's going to go out of bounds off of McCoy. Tobias Holmes quickly inbound it to Tyjon Gilmore. Terrell Camp wide open. Tyjon Gilmore going to shoot the 3. No good. Malachi Howard on the recovery. And that ball goes out of bounds. Jackson McCoy trying to save the day there. No good. 3D rule in effect. And not anymore. Oh. And with that, Jackson McCoy, another quick 2 for Vermont. Shaving away at this lead. Once we have 4:21 to go in the contest, Juwan Malone going to give that one to Donovan Williams. Williams directing Terrell Camp. And with no one around, Donovan Williams, literally everyone was petrified in motion. And with 4 minutes to go after a few points of contention, Juwan Malone pleading his case once again as he was laid flat to the ground like one of those like chalk outlines. But if you're just tuning in now, it is 127 to 109, 18-point game in favor of the Saratoga Racers. Racers came away with it in the third, scoring more points in the third quarter than they did in the first half altogether. All they have to do now is hold on to this 18-point lead. 4 minutes to go. John Riles, as I've said before, done for the remainder of this game. Icing his wrist, still here to support the crew. Riles still chirping the team. If you guys don't want to score, I'll score. And Grandison walking away. Looks like he's heading back to the locker room. Hope that's nothing serious. As Jackson McCoy flipping it to Leonard Bryce. Bryce got Camp to beat. Instead, going to back up for the three. The step back three is up and good. So Tobias Holmes is going to dish it back to Donovan Williams. And flips to Terrell Camp. And Camp going to try and float that one in. Malachi Howard on the rebound instead. And Howard, can he do it? No, three-pointer off the back of the iron. That's in the hands of Tyler Mitchell. Tyler Mitchell giving it to Donovan Williams. Williams holding it, hugging it, moving. Step back three, no good. Malachi Howard once again on the rebound. And now in the hands of Jackson McCoy, flipping it to Lampro. Lampro to the other side of the court to Dylan Hunter. Dylan Hunter gonna hand it off to Leonard Bryce. Bryce going for a three, and that's no good. Saratoga bench calling that another travel, accusing Leonard Bryce of committing a lot of travels that have not been called. Tobias Holmes goes for the step back instead of deep two, no good. Terrell Camp coming away with it, and that's going to be after Lambert gets a hand on Jackson McCoy. And it looks like as a Saratoga foul, they're going to call 99 on that one. It's Donovan Williams' second foul of the game. 2:23 to go. Vermont ball into the hands of Bryce. And now Hunter. Hunter gonna try and go for a mid-range jumper. No good. Malachi Howard tried to finish that off on the rebound, but no good. Tyshawn Gilmore flipping it up to Tobias Holmes. Tobias Holmes taking a lap. Racers have really little obligation to do anything quick, but Tobias Holmes with a three. And with 1:56 to go, might actually have been the dagger Saratoga Racers needed, just to remind everyone, Racers are taking this home. It's Tyler Mitchell with a little bit of pizzazz to Donovan Williams. Gilmore back to Williams. Williams just going for it because why not? Oh, Terrell Camp tries to come away with it. Stops in place. He would three-time back-to-back red light, green light champion. And Terrell Camp behind the back, little swag there to Donovan Williams, and he's going to flip that one up and in. And now Racers once again leading by 20. Buck 25 to go. Malachi Howard stepping back for the three, and that's no good. Leonard Bryce now getting hanging on it. Tyler Mitchell ultimately coming away with it after a pickoff. And Donovan Williams being a little cheeky there. Everyone was expecting the jam as he almost gets the peanut punch there. As Tobias Holmes tries to stop the ball from going out of bounds and going for a three, no good. 60 seconds left in the competition. As Malachi Howard getting some garbage time points for Vermont. Tyler Mitchell. Looks like it went off the foot of Lampro. And they're going to call it, off the foot of Lampro. Tobias Holmes, because why not? They're just about half-court three, no good. 42 seconds to go. And it looks like you're going to call Tobias Holmes on that shooting foul. 38.8 seconds to go in this game. So we've been all freezing our behinds off. That's not really anyone's fault. We all live in the Northeast. This is kind of something we all signed up for when we made our deal with God, I suppose. But Leonard Bryce. Shot is up. Shot is good. 37 seconds to go. Tyler Mitchell giving it off to Tyjon Gilmore. And he's shooting it because why not? Off the front of the iron, no good. Less than 30 seconds to go as Lampro. Dunk is good. If there was ever a time to not slam dunk, it's when your team is down 16 with 15 seconds to go. As we have the last 13 seconds to go there. Look, as the Vermont Coyotes putting on an exhibit for absolutely nobody here. 10 seconds to go. Racers, no obligation to do anything. Terrell Camp saying, dish me the rock, but it doesn't matter. This game is over. And final score of 134 to 120. Feel free to tune in as we get a post-game interview with Donovan Williams. Please hold. That is providing if Donovan Williams remembers. We did talk about it a few nights ago. Let's see what happens here. But as it currently sits, Saratoga Racers now 10-3. They win that contest by 14. We're going to give it a couple more seconds, see if Donovan Williams ends up coming up. If not, we'll try to conversate with him for tomorrow's game, noon tip-off against the Herkimer OGs. And we don't see him, so I think that's a good time as any. Say thank you guys for tuning in. Brett Porter on the horn, Dylan McKenzie, our camera operator, our fearless producer, Eric Picar, holding everything down. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you, and we will see you tomorrow.